Okay, so the markets are open this morning, and looks like we have, looking at a 15-minute chart of the NASDAQ, it's pretty much, we had a big sell-off Friday, and then we kind of just gave it back up, and we're kind of just in the middle of this, which doesn't give great trade potential. Looking at a big picture, this is technically the S&P 500 future, but same thing. It's just in a sloppy uptrend. This is on a daily chart, and going at a 15-minute of the S&P 500 futures, kind of same thing. And so what I'm looking for here is maybe it comes down to this uptrend, or maybe it comes down to this overnight, like kind of double bottom range that it's in, and we kind of get a bounce to go higher, but unlikely to really see something, just because of where it is. I like to trade on the extremes. Like I like to see a big move near a support level that looks like it's likely to reverse. Now, oil here on a 30-minute and also 15-minute, it's had this sell off and then kind of a nice bounce here, and it's pretty much come up to this area. I think, looking at a big picture, this is still, it's had a big bounce here, but I think it's likely that it comes down somewhere down here or further before it really, if it switches trends. Just because, like if you look at here, it had this big sell off down here, big bounce, and then kind of retested. All these big moves kind of sit in this area for a while. They unlikely, very rarely, have a huge V bottom where it just goes up. This is a crazy, pretty big V bottom, but big picture, it's likely to have kind of a move here at least, that we can capture. And so there, I want to look for, on a 5-minute chart, I want to see it come up and test. I want to put in a sell order. I want to see it come up and test kind of this area. Ideally, it comes up, bounces, and then goes lower, and I can get in short somewhere here. And then gold on Friday, I like the potential for a short right here, but it just didn't really set up. And it looks like we've just kind of continued to rocket higher. And I kind of think it looks a little overextended right now, and it's already kind of having a pullback. I think it maybe comes down here and bounces. Looking at a 5-minute chart, because it's just kind of slowly petering higher, and so it got a little overextended here, so it's going to have a pullback. But big picture, gold is just so strong, I don't want to be trying to short it. Even if it does a nice move like this, the higher probability is waiting for it to come back to the uptrend and then going long. So that's kind of what I'm looking for today. Seems like it might be a quiet day, but you kind of just never know. Do I short here? It's a hard question because it just seems like it's big picture. It just looks like, we're retesting this area, but it just doesn't feel like the ES is just choppy. NASDAQ is just, I think if it gives this up, big picture, we're at a nice level. We're at a good timing. I'm going to take smaller size. There's good risk reward if it does get going. It has made kind of a nice pullback here. I probably need to have my stop up here though, which is kind of bummer because it shits on the risk reward a little bit. Going here would be kind of nicer, just because the risk reward is what? Here is 3x versus if I put it up here, that's 2x. And I think if it pops up here again, I want to see it's showing some volatility. I want to see how this candle plays out, because it looks like it could just spike lower here and then go up. Like it looks like it wants to do a bullish candle. Wow. I'm really glad I didn't get in short right there. I think I'm gonna get short though if it breaks below this candle. I'm still gonna do small size. You know, it could just be coming down here and continuing higher, but again, it's at a big picture spot I like. And so that's what I'm going off of. I think I'm probably just gonna try and see if I can get 2x out of this, depending on what the market does here. That big of a spike lower, that's pretty sad. So my plan with this is I'll probably move to break even once it kind of gets down here. And then I think I'm probably going to take most of it off, if not all of it, pretty much at 2x, depending on what these candlesticks start to look like. Just because that's kind of the overnight highs is a spot where it could find a bounce. And that's kind of down there, you know, choppy market, it'd be nice to get something, but you know, totally possible to not. So just kind of waiting this out. And if you haven't checked it out, NinjaTrader has a free trading contest for demo trading for new or returning customers where you can pretty much just demo trade for a week. It comes out really, really soon. And it's a contest and you can win real money from it, basically trading risk free. So really good way to basically just make money trading without risk. You can check it out in the link in the description below. I'm gonna move to break even here. And I'm also just going to, since this is kind of getting going, oof, those pullbacks like that are rough. I wanna see what the ES is doing. The ES is pretty much at the overnight highs. I think I'm just gonna, just with how, because this isn't a massive move up, like very one directional, it's like this, I'm just gonna get out at 2x. I'd rather kind of just, because it's choppy, it's likely to be choppy again, and so I'm happy to just kind of get out. Looks like it's gonna break lower here. Just kind of doing a little mini bear flag. Just being patient. Looks like we're gonna hit. I'm gonna move. If it just starts to just barely not make it, I'm gonna move my stop down to here. It would really suck to get knocked out here at not hitting 2x. I think I'm gonna move it here. Just to look at this, it's got kind of got a downtrend like this. It would really suck to kind of just get there and then basically give back $400 for going for 50. But you know, that's kind of part of trading. I could have moved it here. It just felt like giving a little bit of wiggle room was smart, but out at 600, kind of rough because it still could totally go down, but I'm trying to be strict with a choppy market.